Welcome to the Film Room presented by Microsoft Surface. The Jaguars were active players in free agency, and they fortified their roster throughout. But one of the areas was very impressive to me. That area was the defensive front. They had to get bigger and stronger up in the middle. And the Jaguars were able to acquire Arik Armstead. Big, long, and strong, and a reunion of sorts. He was a first-round pick when Trent Baalke was the GM in San Francisco. Reminds me a little bit of Calais Campbell because he has that big, long, and strong frame. But an excellent player. Let's jump into the film and take a look at this guy. And we'll start with a play where he dominates an offensive guard in a one-on-one pass rush situation. This poor offensive guard. Arik Armstead has a very nice get-off on this play and simply overpowers the guard in the quarterback Daniel Jones's lap. This is pure power. Not many people have the power to do this. Again, big, long, and strong, and dominant on this play. But in the National Football League, big, long, and strong will not win on every play. And Arik on this play does not have a great get-off. You see how he's kind of late getting off the ball? But he actually does a smart thing here. Instead of trying to beat the guard up the field or power him, look at the inside swim and ends up getting right into the face and getting a sack of the Cincinnati Bengals quarterback. A really nice play there by him. And here against the world champion Kansas City Chiefs, you know that Patrick Mahomes loves to hand it to this guy, Pacheco. And watch what happens on the motion by the Kansas City Chiefs tight end. You see what Arik does here? He adjusts to the outside, and he gets a real wide alignment in this gap. And I think he does this with one thing in mind. I can play my outside gap, but I can also come back to the inside if necessary. And look how he overpowers the guard. He actually plays his gap, and then once Pacheco commits to the inside, he's already underneath of the guard. So he can cover his outside gap from where he's at on the inside. Completely disrupts the play. This is exactly what you want to have from a defensive tackle. Now these next two plays show that Arik Armstead has been around the block a time or two. He's got great awareness, and typically you see that with a veteran player, and Arik's getting ready to be in his 10th year. I want you to watch this play against the Cleveland Browns because when I saw this play, I was like, are you kidding me? The tight end probably didn't want to have any part of him. Let's take a look at this. Because Njoku is the tight end. Okay, and there's Arik Armstead. Now this is kind of a different play. They're going to pull the guard to block a guy over here. And Njoku is actually tasked with having to block Arik Armstead. But watch what happens when this play develops, and I'm going to slow it down. Because what Arik does, as soon as the ball is snapped, look at his eyes. He knows that this play is designed to where Njoku is going to block him. He's staring at Njoku immediately when the ball is snapped. And Njoku wants no part of it. And look what he does. He completely blows up Njoku, the tight end, and then is able to make a tackle for a loss in the backfield because he knew what the play was as soon as the ball was snapped. Great awareness. And the last play, another example of great awareness. And when you have great awareness, you're always a half a step ahead of the game. There's Arik right there. This guard is going to be pulling. So the play design is to the left side of the offense or to Arik Armstead's right. But because he knows or realizes that this guard is pulling, he now can react differently. Most young players would just go simply upfield and then get tracked or caught by the center. But because he anticipates, Arik actually attacks the center. Now he can cross the face of the center and make a play on the other side of the ball. And that's exactly what happens. He blows up the play again. Why? Because he has great awareness. In my opinion, the Armstead signing for this Jaguars defense is exactly what they need.